to share a story with you quick to preface this video, which is not a preface at all. It's just kind of a funny story. I was driving home from, driving to the gym from work today, and I was on the freeway when I had all of a sudden I had like this weird question. I'm like, where are my keys? Marcus, you're on the freeway driving right now. They're in the ignition. Anyone ever had it before? If you have, please comment on there so I don't feel so alone. I felt this one other time. I think when I was like 16 or 17, I was driving my 95 Ford Mustang, either to or from class, but I was on the freeway and had the same thought. I'm like, where are my keys at? It's like I totally just spaced out. I'm like, they're in the freaking ignition, man. So if you ever done that, something like that, maybe, please comment down there. You don't ever want to feel alone being vulnerable, right? Anyway, Mark, Flying Health Coach. Happy insert day, whatever date is you guys watch this video. Hope you guys are having a great day. Super stoked you're here. Happy that you're here. Hope you're happy that you're here too. Happy that you get to listen to me rant on a couple of things, spiritual stuff, learn something new, hopefully, which is the point of these videos, right? I just want you guys to learn something new. Maybe it might help you take a different path in your life. It helps you think differently and just approach situations differently, right? These videos aren't meant to necessarily change your life entirely. If they do, awesome. I would love that, right? But more so just help push you along the way to get to your 2.0 version, to get to where you want to be. So without further ado, let's chat. So today, what are we talking about? Detachment. So when I say detachment, I don't mean like to go from the worst case scenario, like you're going to detach from this person or this outcome or this goal of yours. You're not just going to become a sociopath and not think about something ever again, because that's not realistic. You can't just stop thinking about something like that. Wish you could, but you can't. That's not how life goes. But what you can do is detach, right? So that's what I want to talk about tonight. Before I get into that, I want to give you guys some examples. As I give you guys examples, please have like a pen and paper out or a journal or something you can write with, or even just take some mental notes or some cell phone notes, something. But I want you to think back to times in your life where you had an over-attachment to something, where you put so much emphasis to an outcome, and what was the inevitable outcome, right? So think about that as I'm telling you these stories, okay? So first one I'll talk about is when I was 10, 11, 12 years old, playing baseball, right? I grew up in the country, so I would go out and hit baseballs, rocks with my mom, my dad, and I just loved baseball, right? I didn't care about anything else but playing baseball as a kid. So when it became game time, and it'd be like the 5th or 6th inning, I'm at the plate, right? Just up there with my bat, just ready to go. Whether it was T-ball or like slow pitch, didn't matter. Put the ball in the machine, it didn't matter. Bases loaded, 2 outs, right? I knew that if I got a base hit, single, double, triple, whatever, didn't matter, I'd win the game. But do you think as a kid I really cared? I'm sure part of me did, but overall, I was just stoked to be there, right? I was just happy to be outside playing baseball with my friends, my family, be surrounded by a good community. That's all I was really happy about. I didn't care really about winning the game. I just was happy I was there. Fast forward 5, 6 years later, now I'm like 17, 18, right? I'm playing varsity in high school, and same exact scenario. What do you think happened to me? Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of 9th, right? Do you think when I was up to bat, I had the same mindset I did when I was 11, 12 years old? Hell no, I didn't. I was just beating sweat. I was nervous. I was like, if I strike out, I'm going to be embarrassed. If I don't hit the ball, if I ground out, whatever, it didn't matter, right? If I didn't see the outcome I wanted, I was going to be mad, pissed off, stressed out, sad, whatever, right? I had developed an attachment to an outcome. And because of my attachment to that outcome, caused me to overthink. It caused me to overstress. It caused me to act definitely from not a calm state, incongruently to my normal calm self, right? So keep thinking about some examples in your life. Now, the next example is a great one too. Relationships, right? Very easy one to talk about because it makes a lot of sense when you think about it. So beginning of a relationship, what happens? Girl meets boy, boy meets girl, from whatever modality, online, bookstore, bar, whatever, right? Doesn't matter. But girl meets boy, boy meets girl, right? They get together, go on some dates over a couple weeks, months, as time progresses, right? And it's natural. you become more attached to that person, right? They almost become a part of your identity, almost like an unhealthy point, right? They become so, you become so attached to them, they become part of you. They become part of your identity. And the thought of losing them, it's like, shit, I'm losing a part of me if I lose them, right? You have such a strong attachment to this person and to this outcome, right? You love them so much, or you have these such strong emotions towards them. If they don't become your person, you're going to lose part of yourself because of the attachment you have to the outcome of this person. Same thing applies to fitness goals, financial goals, right? If your goal is to make 10K a month, well, what's the deep-rooted meaning behind that goal? It's not so much the number, it's to be financially free. If your goal is to lose 30 pounds, it's not so much the number of 30 pounds, it's that I want to be healthy, I want to be active, I want to be more attracted to the opposite sex, right? I mean, who doesn't? Come on, right? So like those are kind of the deeper rooted meanings behind some of those goals too. But I'm sure you can look back in your life and see now, as you have a super strong attachment to something, you overanalyze the shit out of it, right? To the point where you almost just do nothing, right? You become so just attached where it's like, it's paralysis by analysis. I heard a great quote, and it's not so much a quote, but it's just a really good saying from a YouTube video I was watching a while back, that I would rather spend an hour putting forth an action than 10 hours preparing for a said action. We're going to get into that in a second. Before we do, please don't forget to like and subscribe up in the corner over there. Pointing the YouTube video is always kind of awkward, right? I get it. But please like and subscribe. It helps the algorithm. Please feel free to shoot me. Let's see, I should go up here. Shoot me an email, flyinghealthcoach@gmail.com. Health coaching, right? It's not about me telling you what to do. It's not about me saying you must do this, this, and this to get your best life, right? Because obviously I'm still working on my best life right now. But really, health coaching is us meeting each other where you're at and helping guide you and helping you develop a plan to get from A to B, B to C, C to D, so on and so forth, right? And finally, my book, Flying Health Coach, How to Un-F Your Life. I got about 13 or 14 pages for free. If you look down the links on my YouTube page, you can click there, download it. 13, 14 pages for free. See if you like it, read it. If you like it, awesome. If not, that's totally cool too. If you do like it, want to read more, the link below that should take you to lulu.com where you can purchase my book for about $6.99. I didn't want it to break the bank. Again, the book is very much a workbook. There's a lot of writing involved in there. There's a lot of stuff about things that I've done in my life that hopefully you can learn from and grow from at my expense to a certain degree. But it's there to help you guys. Again, it's not an end-all be-all book. It's a book to help push you in the right direction and get you closer to where you want to be. Okay, so back to the video, Law of Detachment. Okay, so previously we were kind of talking about, like relationships or goals, fitness goals, financial goals, and having an attachment towards them. We had talked about the paralysis of analysis, thinking too much and then doing nothing. So what's a great way to overcome an attachment to something? Outside of detaching from it, right? Which is the big thing of the video, right? It's letting go of the outcome. It's breathing, take a step back. Whatever happens, I'm going to be okay, right? Because then when you just let go of the specific outcome, right, it doesn't mean you're going to stop putting action towards what you want. You're not going to stop trying to make the person you love feel loved and cared for. You're not going to stop working out and eating good to achieve your weight loss goal. You're not going to stop trying to improve your financial wisdom and to do more day trading or save more money, whatever it is to achieve your financial goal, build a business, whatever it is for you, doesn't matter. You're not going to stop that stuff. But what you're going to try to detach from is that specific outcome, right? Because when you do that, you're just going to put it off into the universe, which I know can sound kind of weird to some people who are just really getting into like the spirituality and like law of vibration, attraction, like and frequencies and energy and all that kind of stuff. And trust me, I know how it sounds. I get it. I was there too. I just had more stuff happen in my life that has really just made me think of, there is something to this stuff. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it entirely, but there's something to spirituality in my life, right? And I'm just drawn to it, and it just feels natural to talk about. So I hope you guys can kind of see that too when you look back in your life and think about, what was I really attached to that made me overanalyze, made me overact to stuff, right? Because there's a fine line there, right? So When you detach from something, it's going to allow you to have a less stressful environment. You're not going to put such a strong emphasis on that one thing to where you overanalyze it so much. It's like dating someone, right? You're going to sit there and like, I gotta send the perfect text message. If I don't do that, they're gonna like think I'm weird or hate me. Or if I don't go to the gym 6 days this week, this is gonna happen. If I don't eat this 6 ounces of chicken tonight, this is gonna happen, right? You become so hell bent on this goal that you're gonna overthink the hell out of it. You're gonna cause yourself a lot of stress. You're not gonna act correctly, authentically to you. Or on the flip side, you're just gonna do nothing because you thought too much about it. You gave no action whatsoever. So what I want you to do, if you get a chance, when you get a chance, if you haven't already, get that journal out, start writing down a couple areas, 1, 2, or 3 of whether it's now or in the past. What things have I had an over attachment to? What have I been so attached to in my life that I put so much effort into that never came to fruition, right? Because detachment, paradoxically, is caring less to get more. Weird as that sounds, right? But it works. If you don't believe me, try it. Back to journaling. What have I been so attached to that I put so much effort in, or what have been so attached to that I never got, and I caused so much stress, right? Let's simplify that. What have been my over attachments in my life? Write those down, journal about them, and what happened. Now the flip side, how can I reframe those attachments? As an example. Okay, so the question is, how can I reframe my attachments? Example is, my goal is to lose 30 pounds. That's not my goal, it's just an example, right? I want to lose 30 pounds. What's the reframe there? Well, the reframe could be, well, I want to lose 30 pounds because I want to be healthy. I want to feel more energy. I want to be fit for my kids, my family. I want to look, again, more sexy to the opposite sex, right? That's nothing wrong with that. But there's always a bunch of sub stuff to that one goal. You know, you want to lose 30 pounds because you want to be healthy. Reframe that and say, I want to be healthy. Because then, what's a subcategory of being healthy? Weight loss, right? Flip side, I want to be financially free. Don't mean you don't need a number behind that, but the goal is to be financially free. Okay? I want to have better relationships. Okay? Reframing that stuff a little bit so it's not just so congruent, it's not just a specific number or person or thing. When you detach from that stuff, you're going to feel more calm. You're going to act more congruently. You're going to act more with alignment with who you are as a person. And when you do that, that's when things start to fall into place for you. So look up the Law of Detachment. I think there's a lot of fun stuff to read out about it, whether you believe it or not. I'm going to leave you with a quick story that my brother told me, actually. I think it was last year we were talking on the phone. And I was going through a lot of stuff last year. I was in some dark times, and I'm thankful I was, because I learned a lot about myself looking back on it and really gauging who I am as a person, as a man. But I was talking to him on the phone, and he goes, Mark, whether you believe in God or the universe, whatever you do believe in, like, what does it hurt to pray? It's not going to hurt at all. It's not going to hurt to sit there and pray every night or every morning or a couple times a week, right? It's not going to hurt any. Same thing with this stuff, this more universal spiritual stuff. Whether you have a true belief or conviction in it or not, it's not going to hurt to try it, right? People put the terms God, Allah, universe, whatever, right? Why can't they be all interconnected to a certain degree? Okay? So it's not going to hurt. Point is, it's not going to hurt to try something different, to try a new mindset, to try a different route. So give that a shot. Focus on detaching from an outcome. Do some of those journaling exercises. What have I been attached to? How can I reframe that, right? So what have I been attached to? What's been the outcome? And how can I reframe that to where I don't have this strong emotional attachment, where I can just let this go in the universe. I can act naturally, be me, and let the cards fall how they're going to fall. So hope the video was helpful. Again, hope it helps make you guys think just a little bit differently, approach situations differently. And as always, Mark, Flying Health Coach, peace and cheers. We'll see you soon.